It's too big. It's too tall. Well, yeah, it's a 4,000-meter dive watch. This is the new Oris Monster of the Deep, the Aquis Pro. Oris is one of my favorite brands, an independent house that makes incredibly technological pieces. I've had the depth gauge, the altimeter, and from the depths we have this new Monster of the Deep. This watch is the new model of the house of Yorch Style. Generally, we have really big watches, the Aquis of 43mm, the depth gauge of 45, and the altimeter of 47, but none of those could have prepared us for the 49.5 of this beast. Even though, on paper, the case is humongous, the log-to-log measurement is relatively small, which makes this watch really comfortable. When you turn this watch around, it becomes impressively tall with 23.7mm. Yes, you heard that right. The thing is that when Oris does these sizes, they do it with a purpose. It's not about doing big watches just for the hell of it. As I mentioned, this watch is designed to withstand 4,000 meters of depth. That depth that the Titanic submarine wasn't able to withstand, this watch can. So it obviously needs a really thick glass and a really robust building. The case is made out of titanium, which makes it super tough and light. And I say this with quotation marks because it is still a huge watch, which makes it still pretty heavy. The technology on the bezel is super cool. As we all know, the bezel has to be safe, so Oris implemented a locking system where you have to lift to be able to turn it. It is surrounded by a type of rubber which helps the grip. Even if it's a good touch, I think that this won't age as gracefully as the whole watch. The dial is a spectacular blue with a wave pattern and a baby blue with a gradient to black. The bezel is a navy blue ceramic insert, but what I like the most about this watch is the lume. Finally, Oris adds just a tad more of lume, and the addition of it to the bezel makes this watch simply stunning. The movement inside this watch is the Oris Caliber 400, an in-house caliber with a power reserve of 5 days and completely anti-magnetic. The perfect movement for this watch. As I said before, this watch is too tall and too big, but I like it. And I like it because the size comes with a purpose. Evidently, this isn't an everyday watch, unless you weigh 500 pounds and measure 9 feet. This watch has only one purpose and one purpose only, which is to withstand 4,000 meters of depth. The fact that Oris decided to make this available to the public is just a plus, which is basically just a flex. While Rolex and Omega have their deep dive watches, Oris, being an independent brand, also entering the game, which I believe they did fantastically, is just astonishing. The watch is truly beautiful, and I personally really like how tall it is. It makes it look super industrial and super tough. And I believe that using this watch in the city is a completely different experience than using it on the beach. The retail price of this watch is around $8,000, which I believe is a fair price, if we understand everything that is being given to us. For starters, the in-house Caliber 400. The watch is fully built in titanium, has a spectacular lume, and obviously we have to take account of all the technology developed by the research and development department at Oris. This is definitely a watch for dive geeks and dive lovers, and even lovers of the brand, because that is the most important thing, that this watch has a purpose. But what do you think?